Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. I give you Advance Wars DS, Hard Campaign, Crystal Calamity, the infamous mission. There's not even any pre-map dialogue, that's how serious this mission is. So, I've been hyping this up for a long time, because I really think Crystal Calamity is the mission where Advance Wars DS basically stops playing around. From here on out, the missions are actually pretty challenging if it's, like, your first time down. Like, for some of these missions, I kind of know how to handle them, but this time around, I'm playing with randomized skills and COs. So, you know, I could still be overhyping this a little bit, because, you know, this mission, the hardest thing about it is a bit of a cheap shot that it has, because you see there are 9 silos scattered around the map. You have to use all of those silos. They all get launched at the satellite on the second screen, which is beaming down a shield on the black obelisk, which you have to destroy, so you've got to get rid of the satellite first. So that means if any of the enemy infantry touch one of the silos just one time, it's game over. And that's going to be trouble because not only do they have tag powers as usual, one of the enemy COs is Cole, so his extended movement is going to assist in doing that. So that's probably the toughest part about this mission. Oh, and they also have a stealth fighter. I have no idea how that happened. They did not have a lot of time to steal the schematics for this thing. And they've got a mega tank too, for good measure. Some Uzium to make it more difficult. But yeah, if you can launch all of the silos, then all red team has to do is use a rocket to destroy the obelisk. I don't think they'll ever try to destroy the pipe seam. So, we have 3 teams, of course, which means I had to roll for all of them. I decided to do that off screen because that would take up a lot of time. So let's talk about who we're using. I rolled all the dice off screen and I recorded all of the results, so here they are. Red team is going to be Kindle and, of all people, Jake. What a combo. Now, Kindle rolled 3 penalties. There's my controller. So let's set that up first. And the levels rolled for her are 4, 7, 9, and another 9. So she's going to get hit quite often here. So I will take that penalty again. Yes, I know. And she's not going to get any stealths. Let's give her Banshee. What a nice name for it. And for 9, our options are either to take a penalty to comm tower effects, or is that a movement penalty in superpowers? Yeah, I'm definitely taking the comm tower penalty. But for positive skills, we can only take 1 level 9, so I'm going to take extra movement in powers. Jake only got 2 penalties, but his, you know, the levels he rolled are going to be similar. So, 4 and 4. There's 4, and there's another 4. Buffs, he gets an 8 and a 9. I think I'm going to take away the enemy's terrain stars and give him the same extra movement in superpower. So, blue team. Blue team is, let me double check the numbers, blue team is going to be familiar. You know, I wish I would stop rolling these duplicate COs, but I got Adder and Max again. Let's see, Adder gets 1 penalty. Take all of that off of him. Let's see, we'll give him a level 3 penalty. What's this? Less luck. Yeah, I think I'll take that. And 6, 7, 7, we get... I guess capturing is going to be nice. Actually, I do anticipate blue having some trouble with capturing, so this is good. And 2 7s. Extra money, they're going to need that. And less unit prices, they're going to need that too. Max got no penalties, so... Let's see, 4 he got. They do have C units over there, so I'll take that bonus. Blue team can build a battleship and destroy the black cannon if they want to, but it's really not necessary. 8 and 9. Yeah, I'll go with this too. You know, now that I'm selecting all of these, I almost don't want to actually, like, write it all out on the screen. I don't think, I don't think that's ever been necessary. You guys probably don't need that. Green team got some interesting COs, though. Jess is one of them. The other is Kanbei. Yes. So I think that's actually going to be good, because we kind of need some extra defense here. But Kanbei did roll 2 penalties. So what can we do here? I'm not going to use level 0 as a penalty. He rolled a 0. So I'm going to take this penalty, and that'll be it for him. He got... I can take extra capturing, because that's probably going to be necessary too. And, let's give him Soul of Hachi for 0. This doesn't affect unit prices, by the way. He still pays the full price, but he will be able to deploy them in cities. And Jess rolled 1 penalty. And we're gonna make it this one again. I keep selecting that one. That's probably like the most selected penalty. She got 2 zeros, which is nice. Let's give her this little combo. I still want to see if this combo actually does anything. So that's all of what we're using. Very interesting COs that have been rolled. Like, normally, of course, I would take Sasha into this mission because preventing the tag break is such a good thing. But, I suppose that's not an option any longer. So, here it goes. I'm gonna save all of that just so I don't have to, like, set it all up again. I mean, there was no pre-map dialogue, so it's not like you guys are missing out on that. Here it goes, Crystal Calamity. This is probably going to take up an entire video. And I have no idea why they insist on showing you the satellite on the second screen. I guess, yeah, I don't really get it. So, it would be nice to block up that little choke point. So I'm going to try and move into position to do just that. Probably Red Team's first and foremost goal. And we need some infantry to start working on the missiles. Alright, so I think that's alright for now. Blue, as you can see, has some navy. They have to deal with a cruiser on the way to the first silo, but that shouldn't be a huge problem. I think the lander should be able to survive a couple of hits from a cruiser. All Blue really needs to do is get down to these 2 silos at the bottom and then launch them. Then they're practically, like, a non-issue. I mean, they could still use a battleship to destroy that black cannon, but looking at its range, it doesn't even cover the space in front of the black obelisk, which you'd think it would, honestly. Because, you know, like, you have to be on this tile where the mega tank is in order to hit it with direct combat, but of course, Red Team is going to save up for a rocket. And, yeah, I need to do something about that stealth before it goes into hiding, and I don't really think there's any way to do it. If I had the correct skill, then it would be possible to, like, lure it. Like, it would avoid going into hiding. It would just, shoot at the recon instead, but that's not an option. Probably the most ideal strategy, and you can't even use it. Well, I can't even use it. Okay, so, what do I do here? I've got enough infantry, I think I'll just take a recon. Alright, what will they do on the first turn? So yes, that's the effect of the obelisk, by the way. It heals units like a black crystal, but its range is much, much bigger than, it's much, much bigger than a crystal, of course. Same amount of health, though. That infantry is not going for any silos, which is interesting. Alright, let's see if we can get that tank out of the way, and then we have to block the mega tanks somehow. I just don't think we're going to be able to really do that. I mean, I could set it right here. Yeah, I think wasting all of its ammo is probably going to be the ideal strategy. Right, so these two are gonna work on the silos. I'll get the buildings later. Okay, that's it for red. Now, luckily a lander can get all the way over there in one turn. How much movement does it have? 6? Okay. I initially thought that a black boat was going to actually be good here because then you could get to it quicker than a lander, but they pre-deploy a lander. So, that doesn't really matter. Black boats, we're still struggling to find a use from in any map that doesn't have a stealth. Alright, this Neo-Tank is going to be troublesome. What should we do with it? I should probably not be needlessly attacking, but no biggie. See, the really bad thing about the stealth is that you can't even really... Like, you can't even destroy it because green certainly isn't going to get a fighter anytime soon. So... You know, part of me wants to destroy this Uzium. I could probably go for it. As long as there's not, like, as long as the stealth isn't covering it, I think we're safe. How much will the recon do? Okay, the stealth wasn't covering it, so that's fine. I should probably be protecting the missile more so than my other units. Yeah, I just need to crank out some infantry for now. Alright, so one of them has got their power, probably. Oh, Kindle's almost ready for a super. That was so fast. Yeah, and their units are breaking out of the area there. They're gonna have a tag break on the next turn, and there's no way to stop it without Sasha. So I guess the only, well, one thing we could do is that we have an Urban Blight ready. Is that going to be any good? I guess it'll stop them from getting some of their capturing done so quickly. And in fact, why don't I go with that? I need as much power as I can get. Oh, I need to destroy the thing so I can get through to the Mega Tank. Right, first silo going up right now. I think the silos on the green side are in the most danger, to be honest. I think we'll go with this. I want to keep expenses low. Okay, go ahead and launch this. You know, it'd be really nice if you didn't have to fire all of the silos, maybe just a few of them, but beggars can't. Might as well do as much damage as possible so they can't, Yeah, I'm probably losing that APC with the thing in it. Time to make a new one. Like, even if a Navy unit does come out on the blue side, they kind of still have to, they still have to deal with that cruiser. Alright, so... can at least get rid of this. Part of me is thinking that I should destroy the infantry as soon as I can. But did I just lure in that Neo-Tank? No, I did not. Okay, I don't want to lure in that Neo-Tank. I'm not gonna go for it. That bomber can be destroyed by the missile, so missiles being good. Alright, so what's the most likely point for them? Yeah, the stealth was on the silo. That's genius. Yeah, as you see, you can't even shoot it with the anti-air because stealths were a good idea. And they definitely should have given the enemy as like another stealth on this map. Totally. Alright, so we're about to get totally blown up. So I definitely want to keep Kanbei out. I'm just building a second anti-air. I probably don't need a second anti-air at this point. Alright, so all I can really do is sit back and watch. Like, I'm thankful that they can't build much, really. And I don't think their infantry will get very far. Oh dear, I just had a very bad thought. Alright, the mech is actually at 5 HP and it probably can't even reach my HQ anyways. I thought for sure I was going to get HQ capped. Yep, here comes the storm. So, for anyone who thought Crystal Calamity wasn't difficult, here you go. And now we have High Society. I mean, all of their attacks were basically one-shots anyway, so this is pretty superfluous. Goodbye, APC. It's been nice knowing you. I should have unloaded. No, it lived. Okay. So very devastating. I'm going to have to pull in some very serious recovery efforts, but this Mega Tank has actually lost all of its ammo at this point. So that's a plus. Now it's time to let the money build up so that Red can be ready with a rocket. Of course, they have to... They're going to need lots of rockets, actually, because they have to deal with a bunch of other stuff that is now coming in. But Red's basically got its silos dealt with, and Blue is about to have their silos dealt with as well. I don't really see them destroying that infantry. They would have to destroy it in order to prevent the silos from going. Of course. You don't need a full HP infantry to launch it. So Blue can actually get a Neo-Tank. Reducing the cost of units was a good idea for Blue. Switch to Max here in order to power up that Neo-Tank a little bit. And Kanbei's got his super, which is nice. So that's one silo down. If the infantry units get ignored completely, then they could, then I could finish up green silos before it becomes a problem, but you never know. Dual Strike would be really helpful, so I'm going to switch to Jess here. Let her power meter build up. And remember, even if the silos go down, it's still not over, because you still have to actually destroy the thing. The thing in the center there. Alright, so it looks like Green's silo problem is not done. That is not good. They've got an infantry on the silo. I have to get rid of it now. I hope Green got their dual strike. Alright, so Red's silo situation is dealt with. Also, something I haven't mentioned about timers in Advance Wars DS, they only decrease when it's your turn. A little bit of leeway for your whatever you're trying to do. I think Green is probably going to want to get a rocket over here too, but the problem is they'll be in range of the black cannon. Alright, Blue Team can go ahead and launch this. I'm gonna get hit by the artillery, but it's no big deal. Just ferry in some backups here. And this mech can't even do anything. It's completely stranded. That ain't cool. Alright, so Jess almost has her super, which means we can get a tag break if we, you know, I think losing this recon would actually do it, so, go like this, maybe? Oh yeah, that totally did it. Alright, so now it's time to... I'm definitely going to use it, so let's go ahead and do that. And it'll actually end on Kanbei's turn, so I have buff defense as well. Super buff defense, as a matter of fact. This infantry, unfortunately, has to get out of the way. Otherwise, there's no way for... Well, actually, it could have just gone all the way around, but no matter. So yeah, green silo situation is dealt with. So that was probably the toughest part of this map. Green team silos. Because they're the ones I've lost the most often. And you can see that the satellite there. The satellite is called the Black Onyx. I kept getting the name of the obelisk and the satellite confused. The satellite is called the Onyx. No rock snakes to be found here, unfortunately. Instead, we have the most boring alternative. And Black Hole actually has the airport at the bottom of the screen, which is also not good. I mean, it's not completely terrible, but it's also not good. Now, I could totally maybe trap the stealth in my area here, but it's almost out of fuel. How much fuel does it have? 17. It's not lasting more than a couple more turns. Uh-oh. Here comes Urban Blight. 3 damage to everything sitting on a property, in case you forgot. Now, silos don't count as properties, which is a good thing. Oh, look at this mega tank moving in front of the pipe seam because it knows that's the most ideal spot to attack. Alright, so that's going to cut into my funding a little bit, but... See, I probably shouldn't have waited there. Whatever. Get you out of there. I guess we need some artillery now. Just regular artillery. And blue is pretty much good to go as well, because this is the last silo on the entire map. And, yeah, I don't think there's any way we could possibly... Like, we're not going to lose the infantry. This Neo-Tank isn't going to do enough damage. Could it block, maybe? No, it couldn't. There's only one spot it can attack from. So yeah, I've actually been playing pretty optimally at this point. It has taken a while, but, well, not super optimal, but optimal enough. If we could get our own stealth bomber, that would probably also be... Well, direct combat units are going to have a really tough time getting in here. Because of all of the Neo-Tanks and stuff. Alright, so maybe get some money back, for one thing. You know, I just realized I could probably, like, build the units as Jess, and then join them when they take damage as Kanbei for additional profit. Ah, don't you just love this tag system? Alright, so, you know, it is a little bit troublesome to actually find something for the blue and green teams to do once their silos are secure. But, I suppose it's time to start working on maybe getting rid of a Neo-Tank or two sitting around the, Oh yeah, there goes the stealth, by the way. It crashed. You know, the Black Obelisk actually also refuels units that are standing, near it. So that Mega Tank is actually just shy of getting its ammo back. And without its ammo, it can't do a whole lot of damage to vehicles. but it still has a pretty mean machine gun. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh, that was accidental. I did not mean to wait there. Okay, let's go around like so. We just basically have to make a wall of infantry while the rocket gets into position. 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be on this forest and it'll be perfectly alright, so that's where I'm aiming. We have an artillery, however. That's not good. I would want to get rid of that artillery, so it's time to build some more artillery. And here we go. That's the last silo. It seems someone among them has a brain. Well, you know, if you guys had a brain, you would have probably torched those silos way before we even got here. Yeah, Cole knows what's happening soon. Alright, so we don't need that top screen anymore. I don't even know why it's still there. There's not going to be a lot for Blue to even do, unless they get a battleship and destroy the cannon to, I guess, maybe relieve some of the frustration. I don't know. There's not even that much over here, even. Why do they have comm towers? Yeah, I would still say the design of this mission is not that good. Considering a bunch of stuff like, what do the blue and green teams do once their role is over and done with? Because they don't really have a lot to do right now anymore. Now, that should cut into their money a little bit. You know, I wouldn't want to jinx it, but it does look like I might have been overhyping Crystal Calamity because, you know, I'm at the point where I just need to shoot at the obelisk 2 times and I win. So, maybe I did overhype this mission again. But still, if you're new to Advance Wars DS, this is probably your nightmare, but I guess after seeing me play it under these conditions, it's going to be just a little bit easier on you. Who knows? That Uzium is actually getting close to me, which is going to make this a little bit tricky as well. Right, so the rocket is not in position to fire quite yet. I probably should have taken something, a skill to extend my range or something. The rocket's only 1 turn away from getting into range, however. So let's surround that Uzium with plain old regular infantry. Fire at this. And I'm gonna save up money for a battleship. It actually should be able to, like, if I switch to Adder, it might be able to fire from the port. No, it has to move out a little bit, but you can see how easy it is to get behind the cannon. Let's just get rid of this. And I think that's going to be it for the green team. They don't really have a lot left. We get some copters. I want to get rid of that Neo-Tank. It's been annoying me. I'm actually not sure how this mission, like, I kind of know a little about how Advance Wars 2 handles power and technique for multi-team maps, but I'm not sure about DS. Maybe it's the same. Alright, first step, get rid of slimy Uzium. Is this enough damage? No, it's not. We're gonna lose one. Oh, well. No, actually, I still have this artillery. Boom! That's how it's done. Well, I guess I might have just cracked the code on Crystal Calamity, which is very weird. I guess I remember this being a lot harder. I don't know why. Maybe delaying the tag break with Sasha was not the best plan after all. I got no idea. Battleship time? No, next turn. Green, you just, yeah, green's gonna do nothing here. Well, actually, green wants, an anti-air. No, not enough money for it. Alright, so I should be able to shoot at the obelisk one time, at least. I don't see them breaking through to the rocket, unless they charge their powers on the other teams. Alright, so that's the purpose of the other teams. If you're not careful, they could turn into more CO power fodder. Alright, so there's the first hit. Obviously, it takes 2 hits. Here we go. Battleship just in case, and let's attack the cruiser. Hope I can make it lose at least 1 hit point, yeah. I actually switched to the other CO, what do you know? Well, I did that at the start, too. I really should not be destroying units. They might... Oh, they got a tag break. Alright, brace yourselves, gentlemen. They're about to do something again. Yeah, this is completely on me. I should not have been doing that. Like, actually giving them their tag break was just silly. Also, I keep calling it a tag break. A weird story. Powers are called breaks in Japan. I don't really know why, but the superpowers are called special breaks, and this is a tag break, so tag break, tag power, you know, whatever you want to call it. I don't think they'll be able to get to the rocket, but you never know. No way, they're never going to get to the rocket now. Attacking with the infantry first did it for them. Well, looks like we're winding down on Crystal Calamity here. I apologize for hyping it so much when it was probably going to be a lot easier. I guess that's just Advance Wars DS in general. Like, all throughout this playthrough, you know, I've been thinking that the randomized nature of the skills and stuff would make it harder. Because I might get a penalty, but I have been kind of metagaming the penalties a lot. But even considering that, the boosts that I've been rolling, they're not really huge. And that's it. Fire, please. Thank you. There we go. Well then, that's Act 2 of Advance Wars DS completed. Oh, we got a really low power score, though. I have no idea how to get good power on that mission. I guess S-ranking them is the difficult part, but, you know, I guess that's just Advance Wars DS. Jake just says owned. He doesn't know how to respond to this quote from Kindle. Well, you know, if anything else, I guess this playthrough has been a nice case study of how not super good Advance Wars DS's level design is. I still don't think these campaigns are are like the pinnacles of level design. Kind of a nice, like, entryway for anybody who wants to play Advance Wars for the first time because of how easy it is. I don't think you can skip this cutscene, by the way. Also, I have no idea why Sensei is suddenly senile. Like, he was pretty awesome in Advance Wars 2. And now he's just, like, he's forgetful, he's, yeah, I don't know why they did that. I know he's getting old, but seriously, not everyone who gets old, like, loses their mind. Some of them do. But I know plenty of old people who are still smart. And everyone's partying, everyone's having a good time. Jake's binging, Grimm's binging, and Colin's about to get... Oh, he's gonna get a talking to from Grim. Sasha, he's in the same room as you, like he's only a few feet away. Yes, we regulated. We regulated it. That's the line you're going for. I haven't like watched these cutscenes in forever. I just skip through them usually, but I think you're forced to watch this, so I'm gonna watch it too and make comments. You know, Jake and Sasha, they do... I've mentioned this, no doubt, but Jake and Sasha, they get +5 during a tag power between the two of them, but they don't have any, like, special... They don't have any compatibility stars, which is really strange, considering they have a scene at the end of the game where they're, like, on that hilltop with a flower. That flower. Well, moving on. Javier dialogue is just beautiful. Like, I may not like him as far as game design goes because he's a broken CO, but he's, they write him very interestingly. It's nice. Like, it's a shame that all of those, like, if you pick pairs of COs with compatibility in normal campaign, they all have different dialogue for when you start the mission, but that just goes away in hard mode. You never get that. It's a shame, too. Like, of course, having to write dialogue for everybody on hard mode would just be crazy, because you can select any two COs. But still, they could at least play the dialogue that you didn't see before. Lash. Poor Lash. Now, speaking of Hawk... Evil dudes. Perfect. Yeah, why are you talking to the protagonists? The protagonists are always dumb in this series. Like, didn't you learn from Andy? Yeah, Hawk, if you're not welcome, then Lash probably isn't either, but she seems fine. Anyways, that's the end of that. Arc 2 of Advanced Wars DS is completed. Now we get to the missions with the clone COs, and, can't say if I'm looking forward to these. I don't remember them much at all. I think Dark Ambition is breakable, but we'll see, I suppose. Save over the other file, yes. Forgot to do that last time. But this video should come out okay. Next time we take on Dark Ambition, and probably another mission after that. I'm Ephraim225, and thank you for watching, everybody. But it's still not over. Just, like, 5 more missions to go. See you for that.